how to handle the ups and downs of voiceover income. When you get into this business, there is no such thing as signing something that says I'm going to get paid XYZ each and every week. And don't even get me into the insurance part of it. Now, before we get in too deep, I got to mention that this is the visual part of our weekly email newsletter. But if you want to join the AVS Talent roster, sign up for our Industry Pro events, and get coupon codes for discounts when we offer them, you'll find those in the actual email newsletter. The link is in the description. So I started out mentioning the ups and downs of voiceover income. When we started our email newsletter 8 years ago, our goals were to be consistent, transparent, and to give you actionable, helpful tips for your voiceover career and business. The last couple of years, it's leaned pretty heavily into the actionable items list. You know, the helpful tips that'll keep you going. But the transparency and peek behind the curtain of our own voiceover careers, well, that's kind of gone to the wayside. The real reason why? We thought you may get tired of us talking about our challenges. So in an effort to be upfront, we decided to bring it back. We'll be sharing our personal VO challenges and things that we've learned. It's not going to be a gripe session. There's actually going to be some actionable insights coming out of it. Because no matter where you are in this journey, you're going to face the same ups and downs most likely. So if we can share our challenges and mistakes and it helps you out, well, we're going to do that. So today we're heading into everybody's favorite topic in VO, money. Heidi and I have led sessions on how to create a full-time voiceover career. We're going to be doing another one this year at VO Atlanta, the conference in Atlanta. Now, we've never shared how much we make, and I'm not going to share specific numbers, but I am going to tell you we make six figures, or we did. We have for a while.
Though in today's money, it doesn't really seem like that much.
Both of our incomes have gone up each and every year as well, until 2023. Now, I eked it out thanks to a few big clients who were renewing their spots for another year. And I thank my agents for that too, because they renegotiated with great rates. But for Heidi, it was just below the mark. And to be honest, she was pretty devastated. And I don't blame her, because I would be as well. Each year you want to keep going up, right? It's like you're getting a raise. She admits, though, that she feels a bit ridiculous about it. Why? Because it's been the thing we use to let everybody know that our business branding and marketing strategies work. So for some reason, seeing that number dip below the goal mark made her wonder if anyone would trust her. And then it kind of spiraled from there, wondering if she had hit her peak and that now she was on her way out. So I'm here to share what she did in response, and me as well, what she's continuing to do in 2024, and what we both learned, so that you can learn how to better handle the ups and downs of voiceover. So the first thing she did was reach out to her voiceover managers. She wanted to know, am I a has-been? Then she re-examined her business expenses, just to see if there were things that she was spending money on that she really didn't need to. You know, kind of scale back. Is everything that she's spending money on worth the ROI? Things to continue to do in 2024. While the actual number of what she brought in was a slight surprise, she knew last year was rougher than previous years. So she actually had already started putting into action some of the things that I'll mention, just to get her back on track. And this is the stuff she's going to do in 2024, as am I. One of the things, be conservative with spending. And she generally is, but you know how you get. After years of expecting a certain amount and then you make that amount, you just become comfortable spending more and more without maybe evaluating what you're spending it on. You get comfy, you splurge. She's recommitted to being more mindful and wise with her finances. Another thing we're going to do in 2024, determine ways to super serve clients. Kind of in the testing process of this, so once we get a system down, we'll be sure to share it. Another thing we'll be doing, coaching. Now, while we're firm believers in coaching, it may not be the optimum thing to do at all times, meaning if you're in a down season. For her, she recently got coaching on an animation audition, and she said it was so worth it. And part of that was because she had some feedback from somebody who didn't have her best interest in mind, and it was just more generic. This was more specific, and it was so encouraging. And here's a side note, a good way to determine if coaching is helpful or not: do you feel more free and confident afterwards? Another thing we'll be doing, focusing on hot clients. I'm not talking about looks. Hot clients are clients that you've booked with multiple times, or those who you've developed a solid relationship with. You want to continue to nurture that relationship and just make sure that you're top of mind. Another thing to do, reevaluate online casting strategies. I'll be honest, pay-to-plays are hit or miss, and each one is different. I've had success on some, and then others have just kind of petered away. For her, she had a really frustrating year with Voice 123, and so that's caused her to pivot to a different strategy. And while it's having slow gains, she's sticking to it. It's kind of the race between the tortoise and the hare. I'm on 3 of them, and it's almost time for me to reevaluate what's going on with them, which I'll be doing within a couple months. Another thing Heidi mentioned, focus on relational personal marketing. Now, that's always been her strategy, but because of all the things we have going on here at the studio, plus on camera and voiceover stuff, she's kind of slacked on that. And to be honest, I have as well. you can't do everything at 100%. And finally, one more thing that Heidi did that I did not is an accountability group. We have an Atlanta voiceover studio and provoiceovertraining.com accountability group here at the studio. It meets once a month, and it's super valuable for her. She says it helps her prioritize her career in the midst of having to juggle all the stuff here at AVS and the on-camera work. Now, what she and I have learned through all of this, if you're involved in the voiceover industry over a long period of time, you are going to experience ups and downs. And by ups and downs, I mean financially, as well as the amount of auditions that come in and more. One of the things that our managers told us is that over the years, they've seen this happen plenty of times. Voice actors experiencing the same thing that we are right now. We've also learned throughout this that a lot of times voice actors actually want to quit or obsess about every little detail about what's going on in this downtime. And this is one of the best pieces of advice from our managers. When stuff like this happens, ironically, focus on the fun. It's why we all started in the first place, right? Lean heavily into the creative side of what we can do. Who would have thunk it? Have fun, don't quit. Downtimes are inevitable. Figure out what you need to do to ride that wave until things pick back up. Another thing to do, live below your means. This is something that Heidi and I have always tried to do. Not like anybody, you just get comfy when you find out that the checks are rolling in. So by living below your means, overall, it helps you to save for those rainy days when the checks don't come rolling in. And it won't be devastating. Again, you'll be able to ride it out. And finally, just like planting a garden, there are times that you reap a lot and times that you don't. That doesn't mean that you should stop planting seeds or that the previous planting method was actually wrong. It just means that things change. Now, the other good part about this, when we were at a voiceover workshop, I met two voiceover talent who make way more than we do. High mid six figures. And that's encouraging to us because if they can do it, then we can. So I hope this is encouraging to you. You're running a voiceover business. It takes a lot of work, and we're all trying to get better at it. You can do it. There are things that you can do to make your business grow. We're here to help with that. Again, I mention all of this just because we want to be real. We never want to sugarcoat anything, but we are excited for this new year, and we hope you are as well. We'll see how 2024 will shake out. Make sure you check out some of the links in the description. They'll help us connect, and hopefully they'll help you in your voiceover career. Thanks for watching.